Hello out there, YouTubers! Captain K-Man with you on this beautiful Sunday the 9th of April. Tax day is coming up in just 6 days, so I hope you have your taxes done if you live in the U.S. If you haven't, now is the perfect time to do them while you have today's flight video playing in the background. We're sitting here at MisterX's new KSLC-Salt Lake City International Airport, his first ever payware airport from his new company entitled Short Final. Good name for a flight sim scenery developer, if you ask me, so well done there, Mr. X. He's done several extremely detailed freeware airports for the X-plane community in the past, including some major airports such as Boston, Los Angeles, San Francisco, and Phoenix, to name a few. I'm very happy to see him finally stepping out into the world of payware. He deserves it, so go show him some love on the xplane.org store. Chunk him some cash. This thing is running $24.95 right now. Worth every penny of it. I made a video the other day kind of showing off the scenery here, so now we're going to fly out of it today. Today's flight is Alaska 719, nonstop service out of Salt Lake, and we'll be heading up northwest to the headquarters of Alaska Airlines, Seattle Tacoma International in Washington. Flight time is just around 2 hours, and hopefully everything will go smoothly today. We're sitting at Terminal 2, Gate Charlie 11 today, and it's 9:30 a.m. local time. We're scheduled to depart out of here at 9:55 a.m., so let's say we get this party started, shall we? First thing we're going to do is a walk-around inspection of the aircraft. We are in the IEXG 737-300 Classic Payware aircraft today, sporting the Make-A-Wish Foundation Disney Aladdin livery. This is a gorgeous livery. I've seen it in real life. I've taken photos of it in real life. It's a beautiful plane. I love all the Disney planes that Alaska has at its disposal. I was happy to see this one appear on xplane.org's download section about 3 weeks ago. It is beautiful. Hats off to the painter who recreated this. I appreciate your efforts. All right, so let's get down to the ground and give this old bird a once-over and make sure we're good to go for today's flight. Let's do this. All right, so here we are on the ground. We have stepped out of the aircraft. And we're on the pilot side of the aircraft, of course, left side, and we're inspecting the pitot tubes out here, making sure they're not whacked out. They look good. The covers have been removed. No debris on the front, no ice and stuff. It is a little cold outside today, but precipitation is not going to be a problem here. So I am cool with that. So let's head on back here to engine number 1. Check out our fan blades. Make sure there's no obvious damage from bird strikes or any other material flying in here. So they look good, look in good condition. Got that slow spin from the wind blowing around out here. It's about 10 knots wind blowing across the tarmac today. So, all right, I'm happy there. And we'll do a walk around to the engine itself, make sure the cowling is secured, no damage, all the door hatches are closed. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Nothing there. Some scratch on the paint, but we're good there. Check the exhaust cone here. Make sure there's no obvious damage to that. And check, check. I am happy with that. All right, so let's head to the left wing over here. Inspect the wing tip. Make sure there's no cracks, frayed edges, damage. Make sure the light coverings aren't damaged. All that other good stuff. So I'm happy with that. Check, check. And we'll head to the rear of the aircraft. Going to check the tail skid. All the hatches back here are closed and secured. No obstruction of the APU exhaust ports. No damage to the lights on the back. Side panel looks good. Alright. We'll head over here to engine number 2. Give it a once around. Alright, engine exhaust cone looks okay. Exterior engine walk. Hatches, no fluid leaks. Hatches all look secured, no obvious damage. We'll come around here to the front, check out our fan blades on number 2. They look to be in good order, nothing broken, no obvious bird strike damage. So we'll head over here to the right wing tip, check the underwing here. All hatches secured, no obvious damage to the structure. This wingtip looks in good order, no damage to this wing. Alright, we'll head over to the first officer's pitot tubes on the side here. Nice clouds. Weather's being provided by xEnviro today, and those are 2K resolution clouds that are available on the xplane.org download section, the experimental clouds for X-Plane. I was using the 4K, but unfortunately I only have 4 gigs of VRAM, so I'm pretty much hitting the limit on that with my current settings. Until I get a 1080 Ti with 11 gigs of VRAM, I'm kind of stuck with what I got here. So, alright, so first officer's pitot tubes look good, no damage, covers removed, no ice buildup. That's the external power port hatch. That'll be closed by the ground crew once we're getting ready to depart. So, alright, let's crawl into this plane and check out our front nose gear here. Alright, no damage to the strut. Taxi lights secured. Tires look alright. No hydraulic fluid leakage coming in from the internal bay. So, I'm good with that. Alright. Nothing wrong with the door hinges. So we'll go back and inspect the right side landing gear. No leakage of fluid from the hydraulics on the struts. Struts look in good condition. Door hatch looks in good condition. We'll move over to the other. Watch your head. Move over to the other. Check for the same. No fluid leakage. Door hatch good. Strut looks good. All good to go. Alright, no obvious problems with the plane. Back out here. And we're ready to go. So let's hop our butts up inside and start prepping the aircraft here. It's about time for all the catering trucks and stuff to arrive, so let's do it. Alright, we are inside today. We're going to come up here, go to our plugins, ground handling. First off, I need to request Southwest. Oh wait, not Southwest. Ah, we're not a Southwest plane today. Bah! No, I don't want you to. Don't come ground handle for us. Go away, livery. We don't actually have the Alaska one. Oh, I need to pick up the Alaskan ground crew, don't I? We don't have it, so we're going to just call on Serve Air today and let them come out and service us. And ground handling. Where is my control panel? There we are. Alright. Okay, I'm going to call in the stuff that I need. First things first, we need chocks under the wheels. Catering truck number 1. Catering truck number 2. Air stair number 2. Don't need number 1 today. Cones in place. Lovely, lovely, lovely. As they drive over built-in scenery. Alright. Fuel truck. Come on in, fuel truck. We need you. We need fuels. Alright, and last but not least, we need loader number 1 and loader number 2. Alright, that's all we need for now. Back inside the aircraft, shall we? Okay, packs are going to start getting on board here very, very shortly, so sign on. Turn on the ground positioning light, let them know that we are getting ready to do our thing on the ground there. We got fuel pump hook up today, so we need to bring up our ground services here for the actual aircraft. Fuel today, we're going to need 17,200 pounds, so hook up there, start the realistic pumping of gasoline. Zero fuel weight today is 103.9, so pretty full aircraft today, 103.9. All right, there we go. So we'll slide this off to the side here. All that's rocking and rolling, and we'll come down here. Actually, boom, there we go. You, get out the way. Get over there, go somewhere else. All right, index today. Alrighty, all right. What do we got here today? Aircraft, that is right. Our AirAx cycle is currently up to date, as is our air traffic control software, which I'll talk about that here in a moment once we get to that point. All right, we're ready to go here. So KSLC-Salt Lake City International. We're sitting out at gate Charlie 11, but this FMC simulation doesn't do gates, so we'll ignore that. We are heading up to Seattle today. Call sign for the flight is Alaska 719er. And we're expecting runway 34 right, given the wind conditions out here today and our position. So we're good to go there. And our flight plan is pretty short today. I'm only going to put in the direct routes because our ATC software today has the ability to assign us SIDs and stars. We're going to let it do its job. So all I need is TWF, direct route, and Portland, direct route. That's it. That's our flight plan. Execute. We'll come back to that later once we call clearance delivery and get our full clearance there. You can see the gasoline is pumping away here. We're filling up our tanks. Alright, so zero fuel weight today. Wow, what did we say that was? 103.9er. Good to go there. Reserves for today's flight is, what is that, 4,800, 5,004, 5.4. Cost index of 36 today, flying at an altitude of 34,000 feet. And our winds aloft today, 286 at 54 knots. So that's what we have to play with at the altitude. Execute. 93.3%, I'm perfectly fine with that. We don't require any noise abatement procedures today since we're taking off over a lake. Nobody lives on the lake, so we're fine there. And there's our V-speeds. V2 is 146. V1 136, VR rotation speed 138. Trim today 3.4, 22%, flaps 5. I'm good with that. So let's get up to the MCP here. We're going to do V2 plus 20, so that's going to be 166 is our departure speed today. And let me pull up my charts on my little tablet here in front of me. Tabby, tabby, tabby. We are taking off 34 right, so that is a departure direction 341. We don't know what our initial altitude is, so I'm going to set 4,900 standard. Maybe. Oh, it's so sensitive. Flight director 1 and 2 armed. Auto throttle armed. Alright, the pack should be getting on board now. You guys done pumping the gasoline? Yes, they are. Gasoline is done pumping. Alright, so get off my screen. Alright, we need to tune to the ATIS for the airport today. ATIS, Salt Lake City, ATIS, which ATIS? Multiple ATISs out here. Right.
Salt Lake City INTL information Yankee. 1500 Zulu weather. Wind 260 at 16. Visibility more than 10. Sky clear. Temperature 5.
3015.
-26.
3015.
Altimeter 3015. Arriving runways 34 right, 34 left, 35, 32, departing runways 34 right, 34 left, 35, 32. Advise on initial contact you have Yankee.
Alright.
Salt Lake City INTL information Yankee. 1500 Zulu weather. Wind 260 at 11. Visibility more than 10. Sky clear. Temperature 5. Dew point -26. Altimeter 3015. Arriving runways 34 right, 34 left, 35, 32. Departing runways 34 right, 34 left, 35, 32. Advise on initial contact you have Yankee.
Gotta get the pressure set in the back there. We're at, what are we at, 4,200. Go, excellent.
Salt Lake City INTL information
Salt
Yankee.
Lake City is 400 feet
1500 Zulu weather.
and some change.
Wind 260 at 15. Visibility more than 10. Sky clear. Temperature 5. Dew point -26.
Alright, we're good to go there.
Altimeter 3015. Arriving runways 34 right, 34 left, 35, 32. Departing runways 34 right.
Head over to clearance delivery here. Get our clearance today, and our ATC is being provided by this guy, Pilot to ATC. This program works in X-Plane 11, prepared 3D, FSX, FSX Steam, all of the above. It's a really innovative piece of software. It's the only one I did not buy when I was flying prepared 3D because I like the other ones. But for X-Plane 11, which has the most atrocious default ATC ever built by mankind, I needed something, and this is the only one that seems to work really good out of the box without having to buy any extra little add-ons and tidbits. And one of the neat things about why this works so well with X-Plane 11, given the way that airports are designed in X-Plane 11, is that Pilot ATC maintains its own internal database of taxiways, runways, airport information, flight routes, SID, stars, all that stuff. None of it relies on having to run any kind of updaters and stuff like you have to do in Prepare 3D and FSX, where you got to like make runways and other apps like that. So those air traffic control programs can get an idea of the airport layout and stuff like that. You don't require any of that with Pilot ATC because it's all built in internally. And it can all be edited internally too. If a taxiway or something changes officially in the real world and you need to change it, you can do that with the tools that they have provided you. But we don't need to worry about that today. Right now we just need to worry about getting our clearance delivery here. You can see the big frequency list right there in the middle of the screen. We are currently tuned into clearance delivery. You can see down here, this is our virtual radio stack. So clearance delivery is right here. Our call sign, Alaska 719. This is the flight plan we filed today, 34,000 feet. Looks like we're going to get assigned the TWF3 departure, runway 34 right. Going to expect the chins 234 right arrival at Salt Lake, or not Salt Lake, the other place, the Seattle place. That place is up there in Washington, far, far away. So here's the part where we hopefully cross our fingers and the speech recognition engine will understand what I'm actually saying today. Pilot ATC has built-in Vox. So basically this program is like Pro ATC X and Vox ATC and Moving Flight, Electronic Flight Bag, all those three apps that you would have to buy separately on the ESP platform, all crushed into one program here. And it's pretty accurate. But the more time you spend with it, the more accurate it will become. I have never flown as Alaska 719er before, so there may be a little bit of a communication failure here. I hope not. So here we go. Alaska 719er, ready to copy IFR clearance.
Alaska 719er is cleared to Kilo Sierra Echo Alpha. Climb via the TWF3 departure, with the TWF transition, then as filed. Expect departure runway 34 right.
Okay.
Maintain flight level 310. Expect higher clearances 10 minutes after departure. Departure on 121.1 squawk 5544.
And we'll do a read back with her in just a moment. There we go. Execute. All right. Here's the part where I always have the most trouble. Let's see if we can get this right on the first attempt here. Alaska 719er is cleared to Kilo Sierra Echo Alpha. Climb via the TWF-3 departure with the TWF transition, then is filed. Maintain flight level 310. Expect higher clearances 10 minutes after departure. Departure on 121.1 squawk 5544.
Alaska 719er read back correct. Altimeter
Sweet.
3017 contact ground on 121.9er when ready for pushback. Have a nice day.
Altimeter 31. Oops.
Aircraft calling clearance delivery. Say again with your call sign.
Altimeter 3017, ground on 121.9er, Alaska 719er. All right, and we are officially tuned into the ground channel. Now we can finish setting up the aircraft here. Hooray! All right, so we got our new route here. I'm happy. TWF to Scoville. Then direct to TWF. Okay. And we'll hold off on putting in the star arrival. Right now we're expecting chins 2, but that can change due to the weather changing on us. All right, we're supposed to get out of here very, very quickly. So let's do our safety checks here first. Go to the overhead here. Flat slats check. Stall warning 1. Stall warning 2. Flight recorder check. Good. Stall warning. Stall warning, or yep, overspeeds. All good to go there. Come on down to the center panel. Radio test. Good there. Good there. Good there. Bats on the APU generator right now. Double check. Everything's good there. Nice. Back into our seat. Light check. Dimmer check. Light bulb burnout check. Just a quick glance. No obvious light burn. Up. Autopilot light 1. Autopilot light 2. Oxygen test. Alright, we're good to go. Set our rudder till here. Climb speed target today, 300 knots. Execute. Alright, good to go. And one day I'll get a new flow here. I really miss having FS to crew. The only program that's equivalent to that you can get for X-Plane 11 is multi-crew experience, and I'm not sure if I'm quite ready to do that guy yet. So we may, because I'm a stickler for as much realism as possible. Okay, well, let's prep. RTO set. Let's let the guys on the ground know that we're going to start up here very, very shortly. Turn on our heaters. Everything else is good to go in the overhead section. Set ground, know we're ready to get out of here. We are on time. Let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Alaska 719er, ready for pushback and engine start.
Alaska 719er pushback and engine start approved.
Pushback and engine start approved. Alaska 719er. All right. Ground handling. Everybody, drive away. Detach, detach. I lied. We're not quite on time. We're off by a minute or two, but delays happen. Deal with it. Passengers, deal with it. Okay, those guys are out of here. We actually need to hide them all or else we're going to back up right into them. Next, we need to call in ground services to request a pushback. We're going to push back 100 meters today. No rotation in our turn because there is a bug with this aircraft when it comes to pushback. I can't use the JARDesign's Tugmaster either because it will rip the front nose gear off, and it's very unamusing. The freeware tug here works a little bit better. At least it can push me back in a straight line. It still can't turn me either.
737,300 pushback ready. Please release park brakes.
Alright. I'm not going to click on the welcome message here today because it's for Southwest Airlines, but we'll do the cross-check here.
Cabin crew, arm door slides and cross-check, please.
Alright, let's boogie. Okay, it was having a little trouble too. Ah, God, I wish they'd fix these pushbacks. Alright. Engine number 2 starting. Alright, there she goes, spooling up. Give it the gas.
737,300 pushback at Enroute.
Engine start switch cutout. Start engine number 1. Alright, spooling up. Give it the gas. Alright, alright, alright. To steal Matthew McConaughey's catchphrase. Alright, engine 1 started. Start switch cutoff. Switches to continuous flight, ignitions, both. Over to the generators. Give some AC back there to our packs. APU bleed off. APU off. Flaps 5, please. Flaps are deploying. Alright, flight control check here. Speed brakes, good. Alright, flight control check completed. Flaps are in place. Before taxi checklist. All that good stuff. I need to get official checklists in front of me because I'm used to relying on FS to crew. Alright, let's let ground know that we are pushback and ready to get out of here. Alaska 719er ready to taxi runway 34 right.
Alaska 719er taxi to runway 34 right via taxiways Hotel, Hotel 1, hold short runway 34 right.
Taxi to runway 34 right via taxiways Hotel, Hotel 1. Hold short runway 34 right, Alaska 719er. Pretty simple taxi today. Now here comes big bug number 2 in this aircraft. After a pushback, you really have to give this baby the gas, or else the aircraft sticks to the ground. And if you try to turn the aircraft before it starts rolling forward at a certain velocity, you'll actually go backwards. So, we're going to drive through this sky shift here. These guys are actually waiting for me to get out of the way. Unfortunately for you guys, I'm going to be going through you. Get out of my way. Alright, here we go. We got to do, I think we can safely turn all the way around here. Turn! Turn, beast! Alright, there we go. Alright, here we go. Okay, this is hotel, and away we go. Coming back into pilot to ATC's interface here, you can see it comes with a moving map, which is pretty dope. This is actually the satellite overview. You can see the taxi line there, it's drawn on the ground. Not quite right over the taxiway, but accurate enough that you know where you're supposed to be. There's many other different maps here. You can have terrain maps, elevation maps, high altitude route maps, low altitude maps, charts, all that stuff. We'll get into that once we're airborne and climbing to our cruise altitude. So just thought I'd show that cool little feature. This airport is gorgeous. Well done, MisterX. It's beautiful. I wanted to use World Traffic 2.0 today, but the ground route file that was auto-generated from the XGRC Python plugin put way too many planes at the airport, and none of them are actually facing the gates. They're all just facing in random directions, so it looks really, really bad. Come on, World Traffic 3. Hurry up and release. Oh my god, I'm a drunk monkey who can't stay on the front line here. Alright. Beautiful, majestic mountains flanking Seattle here. Now, one of the cool things, if you did not look at the feature list, is not only do you get the airport, but this add-on also comes with downtown Salt Lake City. It has been modeled, which is pretty darn lovely, if I do say so myself. Alright, we are coming up on H1 here. I'm going to get the call to switch over to tower here in just a moment.
Cabin crew, take your seats for takeoff, please.
Alaska 719er contact tower on 118.3, have a nice flight.
Tower on 118.3, Alaska 719er. Alaska 719er holding short, runway 34 right, ready for departure.
Alaska 719er winds are 270 at 9 knots, cleared for takeoff. Runway 34 right, squawk 5544.
Oops, forgot to turn on. There we go. Cleared for takeoff, runway 34 right, squawking 5544, Alaska 719er. Alright, before takeoff checklist. Flaps 5, stabilizer trim 3.4 units. Good to go. Strobes on, light on. Flight mode activated on the AC pack system. Brakes off. Clear on the left. Clear on the right. Let's give it a little gas here and start the roll. This will be a rolling takeoff. If you see any like major like lag spikes and stuff,
approaching 3-4 right.
We're going to get a few of those. That's my VRAM on my video card dumping to make room for the next scenery. I have the entire US covered in zoom level 16 orthographic scenery, plus I have high levels of autogen, everything turned on, so it's pretty much taxing my GTX 980 to the max right now. So
on runway
I'll live with it.
3-4 right.
I'll live with it until I get to the next card here. All right, takeoff. Lights to full, text light off, clock is running. Throttle up 40%, stabilize. Good, toga. Whoa there, wind. Speed alive. Got a crosswind here on takeoff today. 80 knots. Continuing. Takeoff speed set. V1. Rotate. Positive rate, gear up. Ooh, that wind just blowing us off the runway. Woo! Climb, Genie, climb! Alright, LNAV set, autopilot armed. We're on the TW F3 departure, heading northbound. Speed restriction of 230 knots. Our first altitude restriction is 10,000 feet. We have to be below that. So we're going to set 10,000 feet here. Flaps up. Landing gear stowed. Braking system off. Departure on 121.1, Alaska 719er. Alaska 719er with you out of flight level 6,500 for flight level 310.
Radar contact.
Yeehaw. Up and away. Here now, we are airborne. I'm going to switch over to street map because I like to see the names of the stuff I'm flying over here, so getting a little bit closer. And there we are. Antelope Island is passing right off our front here. Let's go take a look at that. Antelope Island. I wonder if antelope live down there. Clouds! Clouds in my face! Decent weather generation today. Not quite on par with Active Sky 2016, but not bad. It'll get better. And hopefully Rex simulations, there's a rumor that their Skyforce 3D is going to be coming to X-Plane 11, and if that's the case, all of our weather issues are going to be finally solved. All right, let's start climbing. Our assigned altitude is 31 feet. We don't have any more altitude restrictions other than we have to be above certain levels. And I believe the speed restriction.
719er contact Salt Lake City Center on 119.905. Enjoy your morning.
Center on 119.9er. 5. Take care, Alaska 719er. Well, that was a mouthful.
Aircraft calling departure.
Screwed that one up. Center on 119.905, Alaska 719er. Alaska 719er out of 12,000 for flight level 310.
Alaska 719er, read back correct. Contact us when airborne.
That is not what I said. Wilco, Alaska 719er. Alaska 719er out of 13,000 feet for flight level 310.
Alaska 719er, good morning. Radar contact.
There we go. Gotta be careful on some of your pronunciations, or else it'll be like, huh? And confuse what you're trying to tell it. All right, we're past 10,000 feet here. Lights coming off. And we can speed up now to 300. It's our climb speed here. All right, nose pitching forward to build up that speed. Good. Cabin pressure's good. Temperatures are good. Here. Power being generated off generator 1 and 2. Good. There's nothing like flying over orthographic scenery with AutoGen enabled. That is something that is extremely expensive to do on the ESP platform, which is what Prepared 3D and FSX are built on. You have to buy add-on after add-on after add-on. I mean, I actually did all that during my many years of flying FSX and P3D. I went and bought the entire United States worth of Mega Scenery Earth 2.0, which was probably around $800. In X-Plane 11, all I had to do was spend my time. It took me about a month to cover the entire US in zoom level 16, which is more than adequate for a high flyer like me that's way up in the air. 18,000. Set pressure standard, 29902.
Alaska 719 slow to 250 knots or less.
Why? I shouldn't have any restriction at all. Oh crap, I do have a restriction. Oops, I didn't read the entire SID. Slow down. Wilco, Alaska 719er. We do have more restrictions. Oh my goodness. I totally screwed this up. Oh my goodness. I didn't look at the entire SID departure. You're not cleared to accelerate until you're past Moffner coming up here, and you have to be below 23,000 feet. Tee-hee! My mistake. Don't fire me. I'm just a virtual captain. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay. Now the speed restrictions should be lifted, and we can continue our climb to our assigned altitude of 31,000 feet. As you can see, Pilot ATC is very aware of the restrictions in your SID and stars, so be sure you read your charts. Boys and girls, there's your lesson for the day. If you're going to fly realistically with SIDs and stars, and you're using something like Pilot ATC, or if you're flying online on VATSIM, you better have your charts in front of you. Oh yeah, flying into the wind. Look at that curve. Boom. Some kind of front moving in here. The red sands of Salt Lake. There's the Hogup Mountains creeping out of the cloud bank there. Go ahead and reset these. Crap, I also forgot to turn on my weather radar. Not only did I forget that, but I also forgot to set up radios, information, and my rings. See what happens when you don't have checklists or something like FS to crew to keep you in check? There's a lot of stuff in here. Too much stuff really for one pilot to be handling. In an aircraft this complex, you really need a co-pilot. Whether that's another human being in multiplayer or an AI simulation like multi-crew experience or FS to crew. There's the Hogup mountain range. Cannot wait to get that 1080 Ti. It will be mine. Oh yes, it will be mine. Alright, accelerate to final cruising speed, 0.79 Mach. Continue our climb up to 31,000 feet. Oh, stop with the sensitivity. Alright, there we go. Our cruise today is flight level 340, but we haven't been given permission to go that high yet. Right, what is that? That is the Raft River mountain range starting to form in front of us. On the right, on the left is the Dove Creek mountain range. And then that is the Grouse Creek mountain range. 3 mountain ranges all together. Why not? Alright, we're at cruise speed now. Still in the climb. Still playing with X camera, getting a bunch of custom views and stuff set up here. Flybys and orbits. Now this, I wanted to show you this because this is very, very much a problem in X-Plane 11. The clouds are rotating to face me. This is a very, very common issue that plagued FSX and P3D for a long time.
Climb and maintain flight level 340.
Climb and maintain flight level 340, Alaskan 719er. Rotating clouds, as I was saying. Because these are not true 3D clouds, these are all 2D sprites that are just done in such a way that they look three-dimensional. But the problem is when they get close to your craft and the camera angle's changing, the clouds are going to rotate to face the camera the entire time. So you'll notice the rotating, spinning clouds. P3D FSX did this for a long, long time until Active Skies figured out how to make it stop doing that, and Rex. So now you don't get rotating clouds anymore in P3D if you're using those weather add-on engines. We're still waiting for something like that to hit the X-Plane 11 universe here. It'd be nice to have fully particle 3D volumetric clouds. And I guess as our CPUs and GPUs continue to advance, we'll start to see features like that. Now, one of the very, very cool things I heard on the grapevine here that is not rumor, it is fact from Laminar. They have full plans to actually switch over to the Vulkan API for their rendering engine, which that is a DirectX 12 rendering engine. And if you have done any research into DirectX 12 performance levels, it is ridiculous. It is off the charts. So I'm very excited for when they actually switch over to that. Anybody with a DirectX 12 card is going to see a, hopefully, huge performance boost in 3D geometry generation. So, fingers crossed. All right, we have achieved our cruising altitude. We're going to go ahead and turn the seatbelt signs to auto. Let the people back there know that we're at our top.
Folks, from the flight deck, this is your captain speaking. We've reached our cruising altitude, so I'm going to switch the seatbelt signs to off. Feel free to move about as you wish, but please stay inside the airplane until we land. It is a bit windy and cold outside at the moment, and if you walk on the wings, it makes it a little bit harder for us to fly the airplane up here. If you don't need to be up and about, do what we do up front and remain seated with your seatbelt on. Hitting unexpected turbulence with your seatbelt off is a good way to fly without an airplane, and we'd rather not scrape you off the ceiling of the cabin. We'll let you know when we're about to begin our descent into destination today, and thank you for flying with us. We appreciate it.
All right. They'll start serving drinks and all that other good stuff back there. Now we're expecting the Chins 2 arrival. I'm going to go ahead and plug it in now, because pilot to ATC does not change your star arrival very often. So I just want to be prepared. Arrival aircraft today. We're expecting 3-4 right. We're expecting the Chins 2 arrival. And we're going to be coming out from Portland. I don't know what our transition is, so I'm going to just set that for now. Page over there. Get higher in the chair. I'll let you go to the cruise page. Oh, crap. You know what else I didn't do? Well, I'm a bad boy today. I am definitely not an elephant. I am not remembering stuff. I didn't set my radios. Alright, we'll set our radios now. Radio number 1, we're going to set for Portland on 114.7. And the next radio will be Yakima. That'll be 116.0. There we go, nav radios are set. Alright, now I'm official. Bad Captain K-Man. Bad Captain K-Man. Oh, what's this? There's green stuff down there. Green stuff. That is the Sawtooth National Forest with Monument Peak hidden under the clouds over there. Got some farmland coming up. The little township of Twin Falls coming into view. Right about there. Nice. You can see our charts there. There's the park that we're flying over. So we got 330 miles until our top of descent. That'll be occurring in about 45 minutes. Got 489 miles left to go. Ground speed 437. True airspeed 456 knots. We do have a bit of a wind pounding on us from the front, slowing us down a little bit. You can see that down here. We're right there. The winds are 224 at 53 knots right now, so it's kind of pushing against us. That's why when we do this flyby here, you'll actually see the aircraft kind of flying sideways, which is realistic and something I never saw P3D or FSX do properly. The flight modeling in X-Plane 11 is, to me, superior than Prepare 3D, and way, way, way superior than FSX. Really, we just need the weather engine to get improved. I have no hope for air traffic control ever being fixed. You might as well just go get a third-party solution for that. I'm trying out Pilot to ATC. I haven't bought it yet. This is the 10-day trial. I got 3 days left on it here, but I'm pretty confident in it now. It's working. I had some rough spots with it when I was first trying it out, but that's more having to do with the user being an idiot and not reading the manual. So we have since done that, and it's pretty much flawless now. It's got its quirks still, and a bug here and there pops up, but this is going to be our ATC suite for choice. So I'm supporting you, Dave. Keep patching this baby up. I have a bunch of real voices from Cereproc that I picked up. They were on sale in March, and I was like, oh, I'll use these for my new Pilot to ATC program. They crash Pilot to ATC. The whole speech engine gets taken down by Cereproc's voices, and then that takes the air traffic control software with it. So until then, I'm having to use Microsoft's built-in default voices here on Windows 10, which sound like robots. So the nice thing is Dave confirmed it. He was able to reproduce it when I sent him the bug report, and so he's sent that information off to Cereproc and asked them to look into seeing what they can do to make their voices more compatible with this software. So very, very, very good customer interaction with Dave for Pilot to ATC. So that alone earns my money. So expect the check to be in the mail soon, Dave. I'm going to pick up a real copy of this program here. Now on to other information. As you guys know, those of you who are frequenters of my channel, I love doing live streaming with my ugly mug up there on webcam and stuff for all y'all to gawk at. But I haven't been able to do that since I moved into this new apartment about 5 months ago. Because the internet here is third world internet, apparently. Even though I have Charter cable up the road, Frontier, Verizon over there, and Microsoft's headquarters is literally 300 feet across the street from me. But I'm sitting in the Bermuda Triangle of internet technology with a company called Access Media 3, who has a 1-star Better Business Bureau rating across the entire United States. I did not do the research before I moved here, but I have been in contact with their liaison, the one who manages...
Alaska 719 contact Salt Lake City Center on 118.05. Have a good morning.
Center on 118.05, Alaska 719er. Alaska 719er with you, flight level 340.
Alaska 719er, good morning. Radar contact.
Okay, as I was saying, the liaison has been in contact with me, and I've been communicating with him. They've been trying to fix my problem. It's not that I don't have enough speed, it's that the line noise is so bad. I get a 2 to 5% packet loss, which just makes for a stuttering, jerking mess on you guys' end. So my line has a C-/D rating, and I was just like, really, guys? Really? In this day and age, living in the heart of the technological center of Dallas-Fort Worth, I have a D-rated connection with you. And so they were apologetic, and apparently they just signed a new deal. They're going to come into our apartment complex, tear up a lot of the hardware, and install all new hardware capable of handling double the bandwidth, and perhaps, they said, that'll clean up the line noise too. So that was 20 days ago. They said it's going to take them about 45 days to do it all. So hopefully next month I can start streaming again, doing live flights, so I can actually chat in real time with you guys. Until then, pre-recorded flights such as this one shall have to do. Lots of clouds over there off of our right side. Well, all right. We got about a little under 40 minutes until we're going to get to the top of descent. I'm going to go ahead and pause the video here, and I'll come back to you guys when we're getting set up for our descent. See you in just a moment. Expect the chins to arrival for the ILS approach to runway 34 right with the Sonder transition. Clear direct Pendleton, Alaska 719er.
Alaska 719er is not currently available for Canyon Springs Ridge. Approach frequency is 133.15, current altimeter is 3017. Alaska 719er descent via the CHINS to arrival with the PDT transition.
All right, we are back. A little bit of a hiccup there on our star arrival, but we've just been given the chins arrival. And we are going to do the Sondar transition here. So, boop, 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 boop. We got 3-4 right. Make the Sonder. We'll lock that in, update our flight, execute. Execute, please. Thank you. There we go, legs. All right, we've just been given clearance to begin descending by the chins to arrival. I need to get that chart up real quick here. There we go, chins to arrival coming in from Piedmont. Or not, Pendleton, sorry, not Piedmont, Pendleton. All right. Looking for altitude restrictions. Doesn't look like we have any until we get down to Rady, which is, we're going to be landing north today on the 3-4 right, so our altitude will be 12,000 at 250 knots. So set for that. We'll start reducing speed there. Seatbelts on.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the flight deck, this is your captain speaking. We're about to start our descent into the destination airport here, and that means I have to spoil your fun in the cabin by turning the seatbelt signs back on. We should be on the ground shortly, not expecting any delays. Thank you for flying with us, and we hopefully will see you next time around. Cabin crew, prepare the cabin for landing, please.
All right, let's start setting up for descent here. Approach today, 345, so 343 course heading. Boom, boom. Magically, we already have that set. Frequency is 110.3. We're going to set that here. A little quick happy. set the secondary radio stack. Number 2 here. Good to go there. Alright. Auto brake will be level 2 today. Flaps will be 30. Let's get in here closer. Flaps 30 landing today. Our landing speed is 138 plus 5. So 143 will be our final approach speed. Go ahead and set that as a reminder. There we go. I feel like I'm flying over the set of signs here. Mel Gibson, Jaquan Phoenix, they're down there somewhere.
Alaska 719er, contact Seattle Center on 132.6. Have a nice day.
Center on 132.6, Alaska 719er. Alaska 719er descending via the Chins 2.
Alaska 719er, good morning. Radar contact.
Go ahead and set our fixed data here. Seattle. Approach 341, and I'll set a 10 mile. And I'll set a 5 mile.
(172), contact Seattle Center 135.45.
3545, last go.
728, sir, Mike, contact Seattle Center 128.3, good.
128.3, clear Mike, thank you.
Alaska 520, climb and maintain, follow 390.
3017.
390, Alaska 520.
1846 Yankee, contact Seattle approach on 125.9.
125.9.
Mooney 618,
Altimeter setting.
3003.
That's 3003.
To 520, contact Seattle Center 135.45.
3545, Alaska 520.
It actually changed. 300.4.
Delta 9, good 783 out of 10 for 15,000, how you doing?
That 783, Seattle Center, climb maintain, follow 350.
79 Delta, 2,000 feet over the Boeing plant. Would like to transition your airspace from east to west.
5479 Delta, let's go tall, transition to about 73003.
Mission approved. 5479 Delta, thanks.
creeping in and out of the fog in the distance. I'm going to go ahead and switch over to ground terrain mode. There are mountains in this area as high up in the air as we are.
386 Yankee, Seattle approach, subject Seattle center on 119.65.
165, Support tower, this is 4plane 189er with the hotel. Hotel 189 Whiskey Hotel, Court Tower, number 3003. 3003. We are 1 mile north of your outlet, destination American Lake. 189 Whiskey Hotel, Miles Clock 0302, transition first.
Alright, there's our cross at altitude. We've got a cross radi at
Clock
12,000 feet.
0302, we'll proceed to American
Doing
Lake.
250.
The Dakota.
Nice.
Dakota, the Jet 783.
Nope, there's the video card stuttering. Not enough memory. Need more. Ooh, look at that mountain range in front of us. Bad place to lose your aircraft now. Nothing but mountains here for the next 2 miles.
That's at 783, climb maintain level 410.
410, good to 783.
See that mountain peak. 13,300 feet up.
63 with the 28.1310.
That's not Rainer, that's
6063 Seattle Center.
Center, Captain 5742, we're leveling at 54290.
5742 Seattle Center.
South.
Fine.
Just barely see it on the radar there. Adjust our radar a little bit so we can scan the mountains a little bit closer to us here.
Nine Delta, please change. Good day. Change approved, 79 Delta, thanks.
Good afternoon, Compass 5800, 10-9 for 15.
955 Echo has a field in sight.
Climb maintain level 290.
For 55 Echo, Roger, you want to go over to advisory, sir? Oh, sure, that sounds great. 5 Echo. 5 Echo, Roger, this is 12.200, ready service terminated. Thanks for have a good day. IFR, thanks for walking out.
At 6063, clear direct climb at fall.
Yeah, climate fall, 6063. 3706, go back, Houston contact, Tocoma Tower, you said 6060.
At 783, contact Seattle Center 135.45.
135.45, good jet 793, thanks. Like you're still on the approach,
800, clear direct Genmo.
Ginmo, Compass 5800.
gorgeous mountain ranges.
Center, couple 6742.
6742, go ahead.
Who would like to put 0310 on request?
It's 5742, standby, just 1 second. It's 5742, climbing scene, level 310.
New camera I set up here.
742, thanks.
Nice flyby camera here. Looks good. Alright, let's start slowing down 250 knots. Lower our range readings down here. There we go, that's better.
Of course, landing assured, American Lake for 4.1 Whiskey Hotel.
2, that's good day.
For the help.
Once we get past Rady here, we can start descending again.
Compass 5800, climbing scene, level 350.
Maintain follow 350, compass 5800.
Iconic mountain just southeast of Seattle. As soon as we pop out of this range, Seattle will be within view.
Our acceptance activities over Shelton Airport, message from 14,000.
Delta 2255, climbing 8,500 for 13,000 direct Tocoma.
President 2255, Seattle Center, maintain level 230.
From tip level 230, 2255.
210 Victor, Shuttle approach, Roger, radar contact, flight present heading and climb and maintain 3,000.
Center couple 5800 over the ride's going southbound today.
5800, Captain Missile Point.
Great, thanks, got a slight chop here through 23.
5800, Roger.
Alaska 719er contact FDEP approach on 119.2. Have a good morning.
Approach on 119.2, Alaska 719er. Alaska 719er with you on the chins to arrival. That is not what I said. Alaska 719er with you, chins to arrival. Alaska 719er with you at flight level 1000.
Alaska 719er, good morning. Radar contact.
That's that.
Continue descent via the chins to arrival. For the ILS approach to runway 34 right with the Sundra transition at Seattle Tacoma International.
Continue descent via the chins to arrival for the ILS approach to runway 34 right with the Sonder transition. Alaska 719er. All right, 10,000.
Alaska 719er RDNTO and Municipal I is reporting clear. Visibility is 10 miles. Winds are calm. Current altimeter is 3004. Advising runway 34, left traffic approach frequency is 119.2.
Thank you, Alaska 719er. All right, we've cleared the mountain ranges. Probably just skip over here to Sonder too.
Alaska 719er cleared for the ILS approach to runway 34 right with the Sundra transition at Seattle Tacoma International.
Cleared for the ILS approach to runway 34 right with Sonder transition. Alaska 719er.
719er negative. You are cleared to land on runway 34 right.
That's what I said. cleared for the ILS approach to runway 34 right with the Sonder transition, Alaska 719er.
Alaska 609, your call company, they're just off the downtown straight in on the right at 2,900 static.
Company inside, airport inside line.
609, call company, take runway, close over approach 216 right.
What company, close over approach 16 right.
Complex 3186, flighting 190 to the 1, just join the 16505.
190 heading, go to 160 right, Southwest 31 India.
Last 86, turn heading 130 to the 16505, to set maintain 5,000.
And 130 to join, down to 5,000.
Reserve 2449, maintain 6,000 feet, and traffic is 1 mile 3 miles, running for the outboard runway to right is southwest at 5,000.
Southwest at 2449.
Last 639, turn heading 140 to join.
Turn down to join, last 39.
Alright, 2543 is traffic 1 o'clock and 4 miles going in right over the shoreline downtown there is Alaska here following them.
Third side, rise 2540.
Alright, 2543, follow them to the right and 170 to 5 miles.
Okay, you gave us 160, that's south, that's what you're doing.
Okay, 160 to 5 miles.
55 miles, that's 25.
Southwest 3186, reduce speed to 160.
160, southwest 3186, field set.
Right there, 2449, turn left heading 180 to Hollow Pond.
Okay, turn most likely at the field, right, 2449. Right side, 413, out of that, 310,000.
Alaska 639, 10 there, tower.
First Carolina.
Alaska 413, so approach capacity out, expect running 160. To the right, just set maintain 5,000.
5,000, cool.
Weird transition to giving us our arrival, but we'll just go with it.
That's firmly flagged at 2449.
Right there, 2449, 7 more 5, close those front, 21 right.
Division 16, we'll go left.
16 left, thank you.
Okay, Division 16 left, right, 2449.
Southwest 3186, verify you have the field cycle.
Hey, from.
Southwest 3186, close those reverse, 216 right, reduce speed to 160, maintain 160 now, to 5 miles.
160 till 5 out, Division 16 right, Southwest 3186, have the traffic flow.
Southwest 3186, thank you. Alaska 86, reduce speed to 170, and flash when you have field cycle. Alaska 86, close those reverse, 216 right, maintain 170 now, to 5 miles.
175 mile per hour, there's the visual.
Sounds like they're landing on 1-6 left and right in the real world. And I could request that, but I don't know how to do it just yet. So we're just going to stick with 3-4 right here in the simulator. I don't know if the weather has updated itself in this area, so...
Yeah, that's correct. And we're expecting 60 French jets.
Alaska 413, turn on 240.
240, Alaska 413.
With 3186, follow the dash 8, that's in front of you there to the right. They might slow a little bit. I don't know. The dash 8's have been hit and miss on how much they slowed today. Follow him to the right. He has to stay left. Contact power.
Okay, well, Bob, stay around like that. That's 3186 over the tower. One on our left is hit, I think.
The one on your left is for the inboard runway, the heavy split.
Yeah, I got it.
Visibility out here is a little foggy. turning towards Saunders here.
413, turn left on 190, point down south.
Heading 190, field impact for last 413.
416, going to straight in 5,000, clear visual for 21.6 range.
Straight in at 5, clear visual on the turn.
Right there, 2449, contact tower heading.
Tower at 2449.
Last 86, contact tower heading. Jazz 97, turn right, heading 135.
Heading a 135, Jazz 97.
Last 413, or hit speed to 190.
190 speed on last couple of seconds.
Speed brakes armed.
Airport set of help show for Jazz 97.
Alright, let's turn towards Thunder. There we go. Landing time, boys and girls.
Airport safe for Jazz 97.
Jazz 97, thanks. He's doing the straight in 4,000, approach is approach on 16 right.
Join 4,000 well for the visual 16 right, Jazz 97. Welcome.
Alright. To the ILS approach beacon here. We are localizer approach mode engaged. Looking for the beam capture here.
Alaska 413, maintain 170 navigator to about a mile 5 and contact tower heading.
70 or better, 5 at left 413, yeah.
Very, very, very foggy today. Oh, there it goes, broke up a little bit. Alright, we are 18.8 miles out from the ILS. 3-4 right.
Approach Alaska 465 out of 8.1 for 6,000.
465 on approach. Good afternoon. Expect 16 right. Just gonna maintain 4,000.
6 right, down to 4,000 for Alaska 465.
Alright, there we go. Good capture. Final course heading 343 set. Reducing speed 180.
Alaska 719er altimeter 3004 at Seattle Tacoma International contact tower on 119.9er. Have a nice day.
Altimeter 3004 at Seattle Tacoma International. Tower on 119.9er. Alaska 719er.
719er frequency is 119.9er.
Tower on 119.9er. Alaska 719er. Well, we had the channel 1 signal there, now it's lost. Gotta dump some speed real quick here. Contact tower when we're 5 miles out. I think there's something wrong with this airport's approach. I had a signal, now it's lost, and now it shows us to be way, way under.
25.
Oh, it did this yesterday when I did the practice flight in here. Gonna have to go around. Alaska 719er declaring missed approach, 34 right.
Alaska 719er winds are calm, cleared to land runway 34 right.
Alaska 719er missed approach.
Alaska 719er execute the published missed approach for ILS to runway 34 right, contact approach on 119er climb 2 to request another approach.
Execute the published missed approach for ILS to runway 34 right approach on 119.2 Alaska 719er. Alaska 719er with you, missed approach. Nav data is not right for this airport. We decline to 5,000 feet. Alaska 719er with you, 5,000 feet. Here's downtown Seattle. I've never missed an approach before, so I have no idea what this thing is expecting me to say. go to request mode here. And we need... Oh, where's that? Alaska 719er inbound at 5,000 feet. Request ILS approach to 34 right.
Alaska 719er radar contact. Turn right heading 155 vectors to the ILS approach for runway 34 right at Seattle Tacoma International. Climb and maintain 5,000 feet.
Heading 155, vectors to the ILS approach for runway 34 right. Climb and maintain 5,000 feet. Alaska 719er. Alright, flight plan restored. Let's try this again, shall we? I don't know why the approach computer didn't lock that up and start descending us. We'll stick it on this next one. And then I need to investigate to make sure the ILS 34 right is set correctly in the airport's data files, or the nav files, wherever I need to look. I had a lock on it, but for some reason the approach computer did not take over and begin the descent. So this time, we'll try it again, but if it doesn't lock, we'll have to do manual vertical speed descent here until we get within about 1,000 feet, and then we'll take over manually. second time around. Oh man, what a long flight. How's our gasoline situation here? Alright, still good to go. Got almost 8,000. We're not even on the reserve yet. A lot of mistakes were made on that approach. Let's just forget that first approach happened, shall we? And try this more professionally the second time around. Let that be a demonstration of what you don't do. We're on the downwind here, about to turn right. Should get the call here in just a moment from approach. ILS beam and glide scope just reset themselves.
Alaska 719er turn right heading 250 descend and maintain 4,000 feet.
Heading 250, descend and maintain 4,000 feet, Alaska 719er. Flaps 5.
Alaska 719er cleared for ILS to runway 34 right, fly heading 315 until established on final.
Cleared ILS approach to runway 34 right, fly heading 315, Alaska 719er. Alright, final approach speed 143 here. Lap to 30. Cleared ILS approach to runway 34 right, heading 315, Alaska 719er. Too high again. That is the correct radio frequency. Alright, there's a glide scope capture, or ILS capture I should say. Alaska 719er established on ILS 34 right. 2500. Well, we need more experience with pilot ATC here, so pretty much probably lost ATC at this point. I have an ILS, I have a lock. I just don't have the channel on here. There's the lock. All right.
Cabin crew, take your seats for landing, please.
Alaska 719er on final approach, ILS 34 right. Come on, tower. Alaska 719er on final approach, ILS 34 right. Yep, I've lost the ATC. We're out of sequence here, so.
Approaching 34 right.
Oh well, maybe next video we'll learn more about missed approaches and all that other fun jazz. Alright, on the pipe this time. I have control. Reestablish here. Landing.
Minimum.
We floated in.
Alaska 719er contact tower on 119er.9. Have a good morning. Alaska 719er winds are calm, clear to land runway 34 right. Alaska 719er exit runway enabled.
Right. Here we go. Okay, looks like the tower's back with us finally. Did one of those shotgun trying to catch up with us. Close enough. Decent landing. Okay to clean up. Auto brakes off. Flaps up. Close the speed brakes. And our gate today. Clear of active, Alaska 719er.
Alaska 719er, welcome to Seattle Tacoma International Contact Ground on 121.7. Enjoy your morning.
Ground on 121.7, Alaska 719. And I see our gate right there in front of us, N14. Alaska 719er. Request taxi to gate November 14.
Alaska 719er taxi to gate Alpha 1 via taxiways Bravo.
Okay. Taxi to gate Alpha 1 via taxiway Bravo, Alaska 719er. Okay, they want us to go all the way around, so we're going to go all the way around. Good landing.
Remember, ladies and gentlemen, that we are not quite to the gate yet, so please remain seated with your seatbelts on. We'd like to welcome you to Houston. If this is your final destination, we hope you enjoy your stay here and that you enjoyed the flight. For those of you continuing on with us, please remain seated once we're parked at the gate so we can get an accurate head count. Now, be careful when opening the overhead bins, as luggage may have shifted during the flight. As you exit the plane, please make sure to gather all of your belongings. Anything left behind will be distributed evenly among the flight attendants. Please do not leave children or spouses. As a reminder, last one off the plane does have to help stay behind and clean it up. Thank you for flying Southwest. We'll be at the gate shortly. Thank you.
Well, we made it, despite technical difficulties. The last part of this, not as clean as I wanted. Well, still learning, especially pilot to ATC. There's so many things you can say and request and do, so gotta have a cheat sheet in front of you almost. Get on the taxi line. Is that our turn off? Oh, crap, we missed our turn off. Ah! What else can we do wrong today? Turn around. Not the gate I wanted anyway. We're supposed to be at gate November 14. But I don't think X-Plane 11 and Pilot to ATC can actually do gate assignments. I know you can do it in FSX P3D. And there are gates defined in the airport data file, but I don't know if Pilot to ATC actually registers any of the gates. I would think the gates would be in their internal database. Alright, there's Alpha 1, 2, and Alpha 1, of which there is already an aircraft parked at Alpha 1. So, just because I want to save a little bit of my honor intact here, slow. Getting closer, closer, closer. Boop. There we go. Stop. Fucking brake set. Ha ha. Lights off. 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 Over to the bats. Shut down the engines. There they go. Beep. Off, off, and off. No damper armed. Off, 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 off. APBs on. Okay, well, there we are. We made it. I don't believe it. We made it. Barely made it. And that was not a smooth, that was not a smooth landing there. But we landed. We're here. We're okay. Oh, what's this spinny thing? Wally Park. Indeed. Not a bad looking Boeing reproduction here of Seattle. I wish I could crank up my texture resolution to max, but unfortunately I cannot. I am out of VRAM as it already is, so I don't need to help it out. I have much higher resolution textures than the ones that come with this airport here, sitting underneath this, so I need to figure out a way to get rid of their stuff and put my stuff in its place. But that being said, we have made it. We've made it through the wilderness. We have survived, and I am so done. Hopefully you stuck around with us. If not, that's fine too. We'll see you guys next time. I don't have much to really say other than made a lot of mistakes on the arrival here. I guess we'll close out here with a replay of that landing, and we'll check you guys next time. See ya.